I love it.
Dear God.
Yeah. Welcome to this episode. Are we live? Welcome. Can you hear me? Woo! Welcome to this episode. No Blasters with me, Kieran Bartlett. Today's guest is the fabulous Colin Geddis.
Yes.
Yeah. Today's episode is sponsored, of course, by Doogie's Goodies. Now, if you're thinking to yourself, how can I make a disgrace myself in one quick snack? It's the chocolate cake pot. Look at this. Do you know where I think you should buy one of these and you should eat it out the front of the city hall with your thumb and only use the thumb, because the further you go in, the dirtier the back of your hand's going to get. It's going to be a great old time for you. Now, you can order stuff like this. You can get these amazing buns and cakes. This is a wagon wheel here. This is a jammy doogie. This is a raspberry French fancy, a Biscoff bun, and like that's like a chocolate cake thing that has like all extra dirty wee bits on it. It's a great time. Go over to doogiesgoodies.com. You can order buns, you can order the cake pots, you can order whatever you want. They have cakes in all shapes and sizes. You can get pictures on the cakes. You can get them in the shape of numbers. You can get them to do different various designs. You can get them served on big platters and big boards and all. It's amazing. If you're going to the shop in Ballymena, they do teas and coffees for like next to nothing. If you're buying a bun, you get like a reduced rate on your tea and coffee. It's a great place. Place looks like a nightclub, except it's for buns. So it's a great time. Check it out in Ballymena. You can also check out where they're selling it near you in various stores around the north. So on their website, so it tells you where. They're doing these out in Lisburn and all now, and I know that centre at the end of Blacks Road has them. I don't know where else. I only know my areas. Now, today's episode is also sponsored by Manscaped.com. Manscaped.com provides the absolute Premier League, Champions League, World Cup of male below-the-belt grooming products. I'm talking about, like, you know, if it was an actor, the Lawnmower 5.0 would be Leonardo DiCaprio. So versatile, so ready to work under any conditions. Just, and it's like the Revenant down there, just freezing and bald. Right now, what I would say is, get over. What is?
While since he's seen anything.
I know what is happening to me. Right, like. Rip the grizzly bear off yourself, right? Get on over to manscaped.com. Use the code NOBLASTERS20. That's the word NOBLASTERS, the number 20. NOBLASTERS20 for 20% off and free shipping. We love them. They love us. OG sponsors. I highly recommend the Lawnmower 5.0. I highly recommend the ball wipes and the ball deodorant, especially in this humid weather we're having right now. I think as well the performance package that they do comes with like all different things. The weed whacker for your nose and ears.
Yeah.
I had to use that. I've used the weed whacker
I've
now.
used the beard trimmer.
Is that the handyman? The hedger?
It's fantastic.
One of
It's
those.
their best product by man.
The beard one, the hedger.
It's good.
I think I might be using that for my skull at the moment.
Yeah, it will work for that.
There's one hair sitting up. I know I have an alfalfa. I saw it today. I'm disgusted. Chloe, I was about to say she'll be getting punished for that later, but it sounds just all manner of wrong. Now, we love Manscaped. They love us. Manscaped.com. No Blasters 20% off, free shipping. Love it. Very quickly, going to just tell you about our Patreon. Patreon.com/No Blasters. This is the home of all our extra additional content for £3 a month. There's a whole other podcast comes out on Thursdays. There's in the top tier, which is £6 a month. You get a wee audio update from me once a week. It's terribly exciting. There's also all our specials are on there. My comedy specials, the Nevermind the Mock Blames are on there. The live streams we've done, everything's on there. Pay the £3, download it, don't come back. I don't care, I've got your £3. Stay though, you'll want to stay for the fresh stuff. Now, last thing, Opera House, I'm doing it, 23rd, 20th of September. Geddis hates this, these reads, so long. 8 shows, goh.co.uk. It's a brand new musical comedy show, all new music, all new comedy. It's only me. There's no support. It's a longer show. There's a break in the middle. It's very exciting. goh.co.uk. Get those tickets. Buy them specifically for the Monday to the Thursday because they're selling like shit. And the other days are nearly sold out. Thank you. Let's get into this. I was in another world there for 6 minutes. So what's happening?
They better be paying you 20 grand an episode.
Who? Manscaped?
The ball scapers.
The ball scapers. Oh, I love a Manscaped read.
Yeah.
It comes to me. Leonardo DiCaprio.
He doesn't
On
see,
pre-planned.
he doesn't see pubes.
Nah, he doesn't see them on other people.
He's
Well,
riding,
we can't say there because they're all about 20.
19-year-olds a
Yeah.
day with his headphones
Does
in.
he? Isn't he meant to be one of the guys that does the
Did you
old?
hear that fact?
He does the old NDS, doesn't he?
NDAs. Yeah, but he's like banging girls with his AirPods in. He'd just be like, huh? I bring the next one in. Heard that? Yeah.
That's crazy.
You
Who's doing that though? Are they getting paid?
I don't know. That's as much as I heard.
But because you had your AirPods.
Yeah. I was like, what's he doing? Dirty bastard.
What? I don't understand that though. Obviously, why would I understand it? I don't know anything that the
People
Illuminati do.
people throw around the term top shagger. He is a top shagger.
Do you reckon? Why?
DiCaprio?
I don't know.
He's never done shagging.
Right, okay.
And then the odd time meeting with Scorsese, and that's it.
I was going to say the odd time he acts, yeah. I don't know if you get away with the AirPods. Like, what's he listening to? Audiobooks?
I don't know.
What? The next James Patterson? Like, I don't understand how... Who's banging that, though? That's what I mean. And for what reason? Because they're not doing that because they love it. Like, they're doing it... He must be paying. There must be coin involved.
I don't know. Apply for it, see what happens.
No, but, I mean... I'm too old.
This is Leonardo DiCaprio, like.
I don't care how famous you are. That's a weird.
I'd give him a headphone hand job for the vlog, you know.
For the vlog,
Well, hey, Leo.
And
he just goes into it, you know, like that scene in Wolf of Wall Street where he just paused, and then they're like action, and he just fucking launches into it.
Yeah.
That's him.
You're like
He'd
this,
just be
just being like, well, did James Cameron really draw her in Titanic? What like I think that's mad if that's true. The AirPods, I think that's crazy.
I do. Does what he wants. You know
I know,
what
but
I
I don't understand who would. You still need somebody else to be there. So what are they doing? Getting bucked with no attention. But you must be getting paid.
Okay.
Or something. You must be getting something handed to you. A goodie bag at the end. Do you know what I mean?
It's a box set of all his movies. Well done. Congrats to you. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Fuck this town. Every time I come down here.
The drive.
Something.
It's a shit drive.
I was early. I was on that road for like fucking 15 minutes.
I was also made a few minutes late by Hollywood today. I was here. Do you know where fucks me? The turn into Hollywood, because no matter what turn-in you take, you get fucked.
Busy.
Yeah.
Well, we were stuck just on the main street there, so the Fossley there, sitting there, and then like me in 20 years gets out of a car in front and just fucking walks down the street, spitting every 2 steps, and then he came jogging back, still spitting, and then someone was driving the car and he opened the door and he goes, "That's how you fucking do it." And then the traffic started moving. So I don't know what he did. But he looked like a fucking hoodlum.
But he got it done.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Did I say about the guy who was pissing in it was in toilets in fairness, but there was a guy pissing in a place I was in there a couple of weeks ago, and as I walked in, he was the only guy in the toilet, and as I walked in, he was singing "Patient all over the world," and I sort of went. And I had a weird outfit on for something I was doing. And so there was just this great moment where the two of us just look at each other and go, "We're both weird."
Yeah.
And as I'm pissing in and he's washing his hands, I hear a quieter version of him just going, "I like it, I like it." He's just fucking loving a bit of quo, like when he's having a slash. Fucking amazing. So, what's going on comedy? No, I'm only joking. I hate that. I don't know where that came from, why people started giving me shit for asking comedians that. That's a good question to ask a comedian. No?
What are you up to comedy-wise?
Aye.
We're going to the Edinburgh Fringe here, Hampton.
Sure you are. When are you away?
7th to the 11th, which is the dream. I remember doing a full run years ago, going like, wouldn't it be sweet if you could just come over here and do like fucking...
A couple of days.
A few days, so that's what we're doing.
Were you there? See the time that you were doing like the shows at the weekend? Were you there the whole time?
Well, yeah, it was 10 days, 2 weekends.
Right. Oh, I thought you did like 3 or 4 of those. I thought you might have been there the whole month for that.
No,
all right.
It was like 2 weekends.
Right. Yeah, I really enjoyed that time. Do you know how much I enjoyed the 4 or 5 days we were over for?
Smiled.
That I smirked a few times. Yeah. I took the AirPods out.
Oh God.
I enjoyed it so much that I booked the following year, thinking I can do the Fringe.
Mm-hmm.
Never again. I don't even want to talk about it. I've talked about it. Never again.
You can't do anywhere for a month.
No, it's shite banter.
You know, if you look at lockdown, you can't even do your own house for a
Celine
month.
Dion doesn't even like doing
Yeah.
fucking Vegas.
Do you watch that documentary?
No, I've heard.
You'd love it.
She has that thing, doesn't she? What's it called? Slow person syndrome or something?
Aye, but never mind that. She just sings everything. It's so annoying.
What do you mean? Like
Like have you seen it? She's just like, close the door. Like whatever she's saying, she just has to sing it.
Oh, fuck up. No. See, there's musicals that are like that, and they melt me, like even big ones. Like, there's bits in Phantom of the Opera that just fucking put my head away. Like, and everybody loves Phantom of the Opera, and there's bits of it that are brilliant. But let's be serious, there's bits of it that are pure shite. Like, I mean...
Well, I'll never know.
You've never seen it?
I'll never see it.
There's bound to be a musical that you've seen. What musicals have you seen?
Book of Mormon.
See, but that's... No, that's such a you answer.
Yeah.
You're such a guy that's seen, like, Book of Mormon. Have you seen Hamilton? You're like a Hamilton guy.
I couldn't even go near Hamilton.
You're like a cool musicals guy. I want to hear your experience of The Sound of Music. Do you know what I mean?
What's the witch one?
Wicked.
Aye.
See, but you're going to
Should
all
be
these...
called Bollocks, right? And then
Have you seen the movie trailer for it?
No.
The movie trailer for it looks fucking like so annoying. Like so annoying. Like,
I come out of that in London, and Maureen was like, "What do you think of that?" And I was like, "I didn't know what the fuck was going on." She was like, "Have you seen the fucking
Wizard of Oz?"
And I was like, "No." And she goes, "Oh well, fucking, of course it's not going to make sense." And I was like, "I don't
to
know."
be fair, this is funny because
I had 9 packets of minstrels and 14 £25 pints.
yesterday I
Hammered.
said to Chloe, because we saw the fucking trailer for it the other night at the cinema, and I was like, this looks fucking trash. And we were chatting away, and yesterday we were talking to somebody about films, and I went, oh my god, the trailers at the cinema the other night, why everything's just old. It's all just reboots.
Yeah.
Like everything. And I know this is like, but it's getting to a point now. So like, they're now rebooting from the fucking, when was that made? Wizard of Oz 49? I think 49, right? And fucking 39.
Jesus Christ.
They're rebooting from the fucking 30s, right? They're rebooting The Crow. I'm like, The Crow wasn't even successful the first
At the time, yeah.
So like, why? Right, anyway. So we were talking about this yesterday, and Chloe goes, "Why? What's Wicked a reboot off?" I was like, The Wizard of Oz, and she went, "I didn't get that from the trailer," and I was like, The Great and Powerful Oz is in the trailer, like, I mean, and the fucking Blue Monkeys and the fucking the Witch, like, it's all there. But she's seen the Wizard of Oz.
Oh fuck.
Like, I'm going, like, there's no, like, in my mind, I'm going, there's no way you could see the Wizard of Oz.
Have they
and
done
not
it?
go, this is a bit Wizard of Oz-y.
Yeah, have
When
they
you-
done it the way they do like all trailers now, which is like, brrr, you see
Everything.
the silhouette of the back
Yeah,
of the witch.
yeah, yeah. That is what they do now. Everything. It's a slow, dark version of the original thing, and then when you go see a movie,
Haunting song in the background.
yeah, or like a slow version, haunting version of a song that you already know,
Yeah.
like Toxic or something. By,
Yeah.
Know that you're toxic. We hear the shit artists. You know what I mean?
Bring Geddis in. Let's take the check.
Hello, is that the noise guy?
Is that the noise guy?
That is literally the noise guy clip is probably my favorite clip we've ever had.
Class.
I know. I'm sure you're glad. This is also what you came for. So glad I've impressed you that one time, Kieran. And yeah, no, it's one of the best clips ever. But anyway, no, mate. I want to know. I'd love to get your take on, say, some classic Disney's and like a classic musical. Like, for instance, have you seen Sound of Music?
No.
Oliver.
No.
Annie.
No.
What other ones have I seen? Fiddler on the Roof.
No.
My Fair Lady.
No.
Calamity Jane.
No.
You've never seen any of these?
I mean, I could probably, if you referenced it or showed me something, I'd be like, oh, that's from that. But like, I'm not. It's too far gone. I'm not sitting through that shit.
No, but I mean, like, I would say you've probably missed your window to enjoy these, to be honest.
Oh yeah, same with
Apart
Star
from-
Wars and all that.
Apart from, you haven't seen any Star Wars movies.
I tried it one night and it was just like, that's a man.
The old ones are good. The ones that they made sort of 90s, the early 90s.
I tried the old ones.
Trash.
And I was just like, nah,
No,
can't be doing this.
I like the old ones.
But see the Hamilton thing. This is another time when I hate when you get like made to feel not cool by nerds.
Yeah, yeah.
It happened at a party once. They played the Pokemon theme, and everyone's singing word for word, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? And then they were like, Pokemon, and I was like, oh, you fucking nerds! I'm
Yeah,
sitting
because
here like a loser.
that was nerds. Like, I was never into that. See grades of nerd, because I know there's stuff you will have been nerdy about, but because I've
Cool
done it-
shit.
Yeah.
Cool gangster
Well,
shit.
even then though, there's stuff I'm nerdy about that is just nerdy shit. But I believe it's higher up in the there's a few rungs between
Yeah.
me painting World War II soldiers and Pokemon fans.
Yeah, for sure.
I think there's rungs,
Yeah.
but I could be wrong.
Well, the Hamilton thing, that happened as well. Like, people were playing different songs off their phone at this little gathering that I was at, and then someone put this shit on, and I was just like if you actually listen to rap music,
Yeah.
and then you hear, like, this guy, like, and he got on the boat, and he fucking did. And I was just like, I'm gonna fucking battle myself in this party. What the fuck is this? So awkward. I was cringing.
I couldn't get through it, and I enjoy musicals, so like
Oh.
it and La La Land can't do it. Do you know when I tapped out of La La Land? Within the first 20 seconds, so it starts off there's like a traffic jam,
Yeah, I might have seen that.
and there's like people like, it's like people are like in their cars. It's like the video for Everybody Hurts REM. It's
Yeah.
like it's a hot sweaty traffic jam, and I literally said to Chloe, I went, see if some cunt gets out of their car and starts singing here. I'm tapping out, because it's like it would be like saying I'm setting a movie in Ireland and it starts off with Irish dancing. Do
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Where you go,
Maybe that's what happened in Hollywood Main Street there.
"What?"
That loyalist paramilitary just being like, get out of the fucking road. I'm late for a meeting. I'm gonna slash your tires. And then his mates get out
That's
of
how
the
you
car.
get it done. Yeah.
Like at the ye. Out the window of the car. You like at the ye. Guy's just brushing the street.
You like that? It's fucking unbelievable. Like
Hollywood the musical.
I just tapped out. I'm just like, I can't fucking do this.
I can't be arsed. I have what I call the credits test, where I just let the credits go, and I'm like, all right, this seems cool. I watched that Guy Ritchie movie the other night.
The credits test.
Yeah,
That's like, see,
if you can stay awake beyond the credits.
I have a 10-minute rule.
Yeah, same
I'll,
thing.
I'll, it's not though, because credits are like 2 minutes. You know what I mean? You have a 2-minute rule. That's ruthless. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, I will do 10 minutes. I'll be like, if this is melting me, and do you know what really melts me though? When something seems good at the start, and then it fucking nosedives, and you've already spent 45 or an hour, and you're like,
Yeah.
I've pretty much got to finish this just because I can't leave it, even though I know I'm not going to enjoy the next hour.
Did you see that Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare?
No,
Guy
is it
Ritchie
good?
movie?
Is it
Brilliant.
good? I haven't seen
That's
it.
exactly the type
Is
of
it-
trash I like.
Is it like a spin from The Gentleman or anything?
It's obviously very similar style, but it's like about the formation of like the first sort of special forces,
Oh, cool, right?
where they're sent on like Churchill said. It's based on a true story. Like
The SAS, that early stuff that
near
they did
enough,
in World
yeah.
War Two.
They like flashed guys' faces at the end, and they're like, these are the real guys.
Oh, mental.
Basically sent on like illegal missions.
Wow,
They're like, this isn't exactly by the
street legal.
textbook here, but if you want to just go in there and blow that Nazi boat up, we'll say
Oh.
say nothing.
Do you know what I've been reading about recently? I've never heard of this, by the way. This came up in a novel I was reading, and then in a short story by the same author, and then it was on like some fucking history thing that I was looking up. I've never heard of this. That there were Nazi submarines in certain parts of America, like in like during the war, like that there was these ones in fucking like the Louisiana Bayou, like blowing up like oil ships, like that were taking oil from that area to for the American war effort, and the Nazis were there blowing them up, and then they started fucking trying to sink the U-boats there, and apparently there's a wreck of a fucking U-boat under one part of Louisiana. I was like, I'd never fucking heard
Well,
of
this
that.
movie's the reverse of that.
Right, yeah.
The like Nazi occupied Africa, like
Right,
African
okay.
coast,
Mental.
and they were just sneaking in and fucking blowing the shit out of it.
It definitely sounds like something that I would
But
love.
the guys are, if they cast them and they're too sexy, like.
You want ugly
What do you call a guy? Is it the guy from Reacher or something?
Tom Cruise?
No.
Oh, from
Or-
the TV show,
yeah.
Richard? I don't know what you call
But then,
him.
they're like, oh,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is supposed to be this. You're like, where's this motherfucker getting that sort of protein on a boat?
In
Like,
the
guy's fucking jacked. Like, my name's something Larson, like some
Yeah.
Swedish guy. You do. Huh? Aye. Cunts doing fucking HGH in the hull, you know. I'll be back in a second, guys.
Just injecting it into his hole.
Yeah. I just absolutely jacked in 1929 or something. I don't know. Okay, fucking yoked.
Is this like, because I know they had that series, and I didn't think it was very good, on BBC called Rogue Heroes, and it was about the early SS.
It was fun, wasn't it?
It was alright.
It was fun.
Yeah.
I knew it was supposed to be.
Tom Hardy was meant to be in it.
Oh, well, that would have made sense.
Yeah.
But it was the guy who did Peaky Blinders, wasn't it? So it was that sort of fucking trash I like. But did you see that Ungentlemanly Warfare type of shit?
Where's it on? Is it on Netflix?
It's on Amazon. But the problem is, like, you know, whatever way fashion has went, these guys are kind of they're not wearing like uniforms or anything. They're kind of just wearing jackets and stuff.
Right.
But whatever cycles of fashion have went past, it looks like they went to like Zara. You know, it looks like they've all got these, like, there's guys dressed like that. You know, the costume department was just like an H&M with fucking just nice sort of neutral tone jackets and like a bit of a thing, nice baggy trousers with the boots and all. I was like, that guy make you a flat white today. And he's fucking back like blowing boats up back in the day.
Mate, I have to check it out because I love that. I love that era of history, but also the movies and all the wee games and all.
Another observation,
secret shit,
because it's all secret, you know, and it's all shooting, but it's all secret missions. So there's no big shootouts until the end. It's all just like,
oh yeah,
it's like airsoft
silencers, yeah.
It's all these really dramatic fucking, you know, blood scenes.
Yeah,
all
yeah.
Like, it's dead quiet.
Sort of like
till the end.
Did you ever see the old movie Where Eagles There?
No.
Although it's not like in Africa, it's all like all in, what do you call it, in like Alpine Germany, like all fucking mate. And like the cable car scene, you have to see. Mate,
what's it called?
Where Eagles There. It's Richard Burton and Clint Eastwood. This is you're getting Clint sort of at the end of the
Prime Clint. Western era.
You're getting him at the end of the spaghetti western, and he's back sort of being a star. And he's gonna start, mate. He's a few years away from Dirty Harry. You're getting him pre-Dirty Harry.
Nice.
And you're getting Richard.
Clean Harry.
You're getting Richard. You're getting Burton. Burton's had a few shitters.
Yeah.
And this is probably one of his last major hits, and it's fucking epic. He's brilliant in it. It's all the fucking fucking knife and then dynamite. Mate, dynamite in this movie is just everywhere. Oh, it's fucking excellent.
Every time you say Alpine Germany, I just think of the many reels I watch daily of just German cars going sideways through snow. That's how I spend my evenings.
We were talking about
Just
the
look at
Olympics.
that there,
We were talking about the Olympics there, and I was saying how I prefer the Winter Olympics because of snow and ice and the unpredictability of fresh snow and the unpredictability of ice that's been zambonied. Even though it's quite predictable, there will still be wee spots on it that even the very best will miss, and their blade will hit, and it'll be fucking carnage. And I love that.
Yeah.
There needs to be more jeopardy in the Olympics. I'm sick of this.
The Olympics is mad because, you know, I remember it used to be like a sports event was coming around and all the juice and everything was sponsored by it. I just like woke up one day and they're like, the Olympics is on.
Yeah, this one has felt like that.
And then I was like, oh, I must check out the sevens rugby, and they're like, oh, the final was yesterday.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, what the fuck? This is done.
I've had that exact experience of this Olympics. I was going when they started talking about it. I was like, I don't even know where the fuck it is. And then you realize it's in Paris, and then you're like,
I'll be honest, like you know, as much as I enjoy an extreme sport like a skateboard and a BMX, you can't be doing Olympic sport in jeans.
No.
Do you know what I mean? Like that should be the. You know, people are like, is this a sport? You're wearing jeans now.
Yeah,
it's a crime.
I also don't think. I think all the I think a lot of the swimming pool ones are very much phoned in, like synchronized swimming. Like there's an event. There's a swim that they do. What do you call that one where they keep coming up and out? Is that
butterfly? Hard swimming.
Does that win against the freestyle? What's faster?
Freestyle.
Well, it should just be freestyle because there's no equivalent running one. There's no sideways running.
Backwards running.
Fucking
It is just hard swimming.
A back run would be class.
Good for the quads.
Can you imagine? Imagine this though, right? Imagine this, because obviously if you do like 100 meters, you're just doing the straight part. But imagine you make them do the backwards run, and it's a 200 or a 400. It's a 400 because they have to do both curly ends, and there's lane infringement rules.
Good wing mirrors.
So imagine someone having to sprint backwards against other best backward sprinters in the world, and they have to do that bend.
Yeah.
Carnage.
But they would just get the kit. They would just get like you see those wing mirrors you see if someone's got a caravan.
No.
Like an extended wing mirror. That's what you need.
Right.
They'd have one of those
just on their back.
Yeah.
There. Yeah.
I mean, some of the sports, do you watch the shooting? And they get the full, like, Vision Pros on, and it blocks one eye, has a thing in the other eye, and you're like, what bit are you doing?
Yeah.
It does the whole shit for you.
And it's not a big caliber bullet either. Sure, it's
No,
not like they don't have. It's not like 2 to the body, 1 to the head type shit. It's like just hit this target once.
Yeah.
Do you know what I enjoy though? I do enjoy archery. But even then, they've made that less fun with the the big weights. The big aluminium dicks that come out of the bow now.
It should just be a wooden.
You
should have to make it yourself.
Do you know what I fucking hate? I hate whenever they do it. I hate the smugness of this, where they go, and then let it go and go like this, and then the bow goes.
Yeah.
I hate that, and the smug. It's the counter. It's the subcultures around each sport that I can't stand.
Yeah.
Golf, for instance, a subculture that I will never. The way they get on and the rules, and the can we play through and all that. I'm just like fuck.
Yeah.
I hate that. I hate the clothes. Anything that has its own clothing.
Well, you should be able to have a bit of flair in the golf. You get the odd guy with fucking pink trousers, and you're like, fair play to you.
Yeah. But it's nowhere near the flair that you get in darts.
Yeah.
Because are you
Conor man had to pull the nipple out and did the wee tit flex?
At the Orange Marches this year?
What?
What do you call it, guy? What's the? I'm probably getting hate mail for that. But what's the?
She's a patriot.
What's the one? What's the thing in darts is do they drugs test darts players? I'd love to know that, because
what are you gonna take? It's gonna improve your.
I know that's what I mean.
Coke.
Probably, it's bound to give you stamina. No,
there is if you take mushrooms in a certain dose, it makes you fucking
hyper aware.
You can see in 3D. Well, you can see in 3D anyway, but you know what I mean.
40. Yeah.
Something like that.
Seeing in time.
Be badass if you got done for doping
in darts, yeah.
Just guy lifts his arms like fucking.
Yeah, but they all pint and all though, don't they? Or is that?
Well, it used to be wild. Used to be able to fag hanging out the mouth and all. Just but that's obscene.
Is it sport?
I don't know. It's a game.
It's a game, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is it sport? I don't know. Pool as well. Pool and snooker. I often go.
It is just a game. It's a fun game.
Some people are like, if it doesn't make you sweat, it's not a sport.
That's a good point.
Or if a machine's doing it, it's not a sport. So race cars, and I'm going, well, that is a sport.
It's motorsport.
Yeah. But those guys are all pretty fit. You don't really, you never see a fat Formula 1 driver.
Well, that's because they're looking at
They're looking at weight and all.
No, yeah.
So if you've got
I wouldn't get in it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Even if it was class of driving,
have you ever?
I couldn't get in it.
I got jammed in the go-kart when I was slightly thin. Well, a good bit thinner than I am now, but I got jammed into it, and my sack was a sight the next day. It was, because I think so.
Caught under the wheel.
Had the wee bucket chair, and you get in. And I mean, the guy was like, fucking, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, right? And then I'm in. And then as we take off, there's definitely a chicka 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 chicka. And the chicka chicka was just going like that on the bottom, chicka chicka chicka, for fucking 40 minutes or whatever we were doing a go-karting for.
That's the grind.
Yeah. It did not feel great. My gooch was ruined.
Well, it's upsetting because the last time I went go-karting, the guy who didn't even have a driving license won, but he was the lightest. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I just looked like I was ushering them around the track. I stopped for fuel twice.
I don't. Go-karting's fucking. It feels like you're going fast, but what speed are you even doing? 30?
Maybe.
But
your arse is on the floor.
Yeah, so it feels like you're flying.
Yeah.
Can you imagine being in one of those Formula 1 cars and doing fucking. Doing
gross.
how fast they go? Over 100?
Oh, yeah.
Isn't it
Yeah.
like maybe over 200? Is it? I don't
Yeah,
know how
think
fast
so.
they go.
I think they can go.
Imagine going that speed though at that level. Like that is a sport. That's a skill.
Yeah, like one of my favorite things is when it shows you those Formula One drivers they have to train their neck for the G force. You know, because if they're flying towards a corner and they slam the brakes, your head's just like. So you'll get like Lando Norris. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and then the other way, like. But then they'll have like one of those boys just like doing a full plank with just his head on a weights bench and his whole body out the way, and he's just sitting there like. Because they're just dealing with that. Now the rest of their bodies, like they've been in space for 6 months.
Yeah.
Can't lift the toilet seat, but the neck is like. Do you see that clip where they tried to slam? It was like someone's birthday, Max Verstappen or something, and they got the cake out. He blew the candles, and the guy went to fucking cake him with a head, like, and his head didn't go anywhere. He's like, bitch, it's the only strong bit I have. Just like, what do you think about it? Like,
that is fucking
going from
mental.
like fucking 200 miles an hour to like 40.
Yeah.
You know, it's
a
like,
couple of seconds.
just bollocks hitting the clutch.
That's fucking mental.
But it is tough. Like
That's a sport.
do you
yeah.
any watch it?
I've seen
Formula One?
I've seen. I never really. Do you know? I think I tuned out when fucking Schumacher was still racing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it started to bore me.
No, but like I think it's Malaysia or something. It's so hot that they have to do it at night time.
Mental.
So and they get out of the car and they're absolutely fucked and they've lost like fucking 9 kilos of sweat.
Jesus Christ.
So it is like physically demanding.
Yeah, to me that's a fucking sport. Whereas like snooker, I go, you know, you get a fucking pair of 7XL bags, you can still do it. You know what I mean? So like there's no.
Did you see that clip of the guy farting? And Ronnie O'Sullivan watches it. Have you seen?
No, no.
He fucking he's about to take this shot and all he hears like and he starts laughing, but then he goes to take the next shot and then he really starts laughing and he's like, oh, that got me, that one. And he's just pissing himself off. Of course you would be like.
Yeah. That's funny, like,
because either it was deliberate or someone's been like, I'm gonna try and squeak this, you know, as the ball hits the other ball, I'll just like,
yeah. Bad contact there.
Yeah.
Well,
what else is there to do in that
You would just
auditorium other than fart?
Yeah.
Sorry, spat everywhere.
No, it's alright. Do you ever do a fart though in the car where
You can't sell the car.
where you don't smell it until the next time you sit on the seat because it's just been in there. It's actually like you've gone like that into the seat.
Yeah.
And it's just in there, and then the next time you get in, the seat goes.
Yeah. Bleeds
and
it
then
out.
you get it. Yeah, I've had
Well,
that.
I drove back from Cork and after a gig, got home at about
that's a cunt of a
2:30.
Yeah.
And you know, it wasn't necessarily to do with the farts, but you know, I went in the next day to grab something, and I was like, "What the fuck happened in here?" But, you know, between the cappuccinos and the fucking
Yeah, your car just smells like coal. Like I mean,
whatever else.
whenever we came back, I was like, when we came back from Kerry, like, and you know what was worse? When we came back from the tour, I was like me, Chloe, and Willie had been in that car. There was a lot of packets of Walker Squares consumed on that trip, so that heightened the vinegar.
Yeah.
And it was fucking bleak. Like it's just the next time because we didn't really use the car then for like weeks after that. We were in Chloe's one, and like whenever we went back out, it was like this needs a valet. Like it's fucking rank. Like
Get it valeted.
get the fucking. Is it a valet or a valet? Fucking clean it, you can't. It needs scrubbed. What if you were gonna do a sport? What would be your sport? Like if you were gonna do like if it was like a snooker or a Formula One or something, a non-sport sport. What would you go for? Could you do darts? I know you did well at the
Darts is fun, but I don't know, it is boring after a while.
Could you see yourself putting in like say the time to be a darts player? I couldn't.
It's too like one-dimensional.
Do you want to hear my?
It's just like.
Do you want to hear the absolute laziest thing you've probably ever heard me saying? Do you know what my problem is with darts? I hate walking to the board to get the darts out of it.
Yeah.
That bit melts me.
You need it to be like bowling,
Where
it just goes in a machine, goes.
Yep, and it gives me it back. I'm like, I've already done my skill. My skill isn't pulling the darts back out of the cork.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I'll tell you what was a fun thing when I was training for the darts. I bought like a shitty pair of darts, and then I bought better darts off Amazon, but there was 2 packets of them.
Right.
So now I had 9 darts. So now I would just stand through 9 darts.
Oh, that's good.
But then when it came around to the real competition, You know, it felt very like, oh, fuck, that's me done after 3.
Yeah, yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
9 darts.
Maybe you need the wee dander in the middle to keep you training for 3.
Yeah, maybe reset
I
yourself.
wouldn't be good at it. I don't have the stand power for darts.
Do you know what I could get into? Rallying.
Really?
Yeah.
Raking it like
I don't know why it's not. It's popular, but it's not as big as like Formula 1's. Way more
It used to
interesting.
be more popular though than it is now. I remember like in the 90s.
Yeah.
It used to be on. Like they used to show it on fucking I think Channel 4.
But it was a very exciting time back then. It was called like Group B or something where they had no regulations on the cars.
Oh really?
Boys were just mincing themselves
See,
regularly.
The lack of regulation in sport is what makes it class. When there's a lack of regulation, that's when mad shit happens. Now, I don't just mean like horrific deaths. I mean like,
but
you know, there's a bit more. We were talking about this in a Patreon episode there, but there's more like disparity between the winners and losers. When everybody's really good, it's sort of shit. I think football is getting to this point.
Yeah.
Like football is at a point now where it's like the tactical game is so strong that like it's really it's boring to watch.
Those Euros would have put you to sleep.
Yeah, it was boring as fuck because the defending is better. Like the defending is too good. Mm-hmm. So like the goals that do get scored, and then you have the VAR ruling out more goals because like somebody's fucking pews are offside.
Yeah.
So you're like, so even like, you know, someone manscaped. Yeah, someone didn't manscape it. Now he's offside. And it's just like, fuck's sake.
I don't like that. Like it's in rugby, but it makes sense in rugby because there's like 14 bodies over a line, and you're like, did it actually?
Yeah.
Did he put downward pressure in this ball? And they can usually tell.
Yeah. No,
but in football, you're like, what the fuck? Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, like it's for certain things, I get it. Like, but I think because there's like a movement now where some people in football think that offside needs to start being like daylight between the players and not just like his foot was ahead of his, because you're like, well, the defender should be as athletic as the striker and all that kind of stuff. But I know it fucking melts me now watching it. It's just not as it's just not as good as it used to be to watch. It used to be more crack. There used to be more mad shit happening, and now the players are all like all wee boring bastards because they've all been media trained as well.
Yeah.
So they're all just like,
the boys were fucking.
Boys, did well today. I hope we can do well next week. And you're like, say something mental about somebody being a fucking rat. Go on. Tell us that your manager fucking put his hand on your leg when he was signing your contract. You know what I mean? Tell me something. Give me something.
I know, like, even in rugby, like, anyone that has half a personality is, like, famous.
Yeah.
You know, so, like, England have a prop called Joe Marler. Bit of a mad bastard. Famous rugby player. Not, like, superstar rugby player. But just famous guy.
Because he's fun, yeah.
But they do that in rugby, too, now, with it's, like, these high tackles and everything. And they have to keep going back. And then they're like, oh, yeah, he led with the fucking shoulder into the head or something. And then they show it in, like, real time. And it's just, like, you know, like, so fast and everyone's so big. But I think that's the problem too. Everyone's like peak performance.
Yeah, they're all too good.
Jacked,
there's no
fast.
There's no
so hard right now.
there's no middle ground of like, because I actually think footballers are getting worse at football. They're just more athletic.
Yeah.
They're worse at football.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They're not as good on the ball at all.
Do they ever mix it up? Like there's a period in rugby where like wingers were small and fast, and then someone stuck like Joe Loma in the wing,
right?
And he's like 6'6" and just runs over everyone's head. Can they do that? Where they're just like, oh, we got this striker now. He's 21 stone, brick wall, and just he's just fuck off and just walks it into the net.
The only one I can think of, he was kind of like that, was that guy Akinfenwa.
Oh, why, Davey?
He was fucking. No. Remember him though? He was fucking huge. He played for Wickham for a long time, and he was a fucking unit. Do you know what's mental though? When he stands beside other footballers, he looks like an absolute fat bastard. And then Shane and I saw him one day in a train station over in London. And I mean, he is a unit, but he's like, it's all muscle. Like, like, he literally looks fat.
Yeah.
Stand beside other footballers, and then you see him in real life, and you're like, fuck me. You just would not.
Yeah.
You would hate to fight this guy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You just, you'd hate to play football with him.
Yeah.
He's just going to fucking murder you, and that is what he did. Like, he would go for headers, and people would just die. Like,
that's what you want.
Yeah. I think, like, I'm trying to think who else is, like...
I was watching those Euros. Like, people, like, you know, like, someone farts in their direction, and they're, like, rolling about the floor.
Yeah, yeah.
And, like, I've seen people injure themselves.
Yeah.
You don't move that much.
Yeah. Or you've seen, like, you know, when you watch stuff like UFC, you see what... And obviously, those guys are conditioned differently, but, like, you can see, like,
We were playing one day. A guy
what people can take.
ran into someone with a ball, and the guy wrapped him up and turned him, and his boot stuck in the ground, and both of the bones in his legs just went psh. And that guy, you actually didn't know what was wrong with him because he looked dead. He was just like until you got close to him, and then he was just going like because his leg was in bits. He wasn't going like, oh god,
Yeah, rolling all over
Jesus,
the floor.
my
Yeah,
leg.
I
We had to be like, is he awake even?
I remember playing one day at the. I used to play the PEC in Queens, and
They're gonna be like P5.
and yeah, but I played there for a long time with guys that I knew, and then a lot of those guys, well, a few of those guys moved away, and so the game kind of died. And then a few months after that, somebody said, "Didn't you used to sort of run a game there?" And I went, "Yeah." And they were like, "We have a game," and it was guys that all worked for like 2 bars, but I played music in one of the bars, and they invited me to it.
Bar Wars.
And I went. I was like, I pretty much do nets at these. Like, I don't fucking play outfield. And they're like, right, sorry. So I'm doing nets, and I'm having a fucking decent game. Like, we're winning. Like, and I'm doing all right. And there's one guy on their team has been a bit of a mouthy cunt, right? And I'm sort of like, oh, I'm going. And you know, it's like, it was like 6-a-side, and the crack was kind of like, the game wasn't overly competitive. It was nowhere near as competitive as the game that I played in with the guys that I work with in Tesco. Were like, it was just
Tesco boys go hard.
oh, here,
I'm telling you.
have you got your club card? Have you got your fucking chin pads? Have you?
Unexpected item on that net player.
There was a lot of the guys that played in that game were footballers as well. Like, you know,
Yeah.
played for local teams and whatever. So it was just a higher level of game than your average 5-a-side, right? Anyway, this game wasn't that good that way, but the crack was good.
Yes.
But everybody was slagging the mouthy guy because he'd missed a couple of chances. I'd made a save that he should have definitely scored. I saved it. And he was sort of like, people were giving him a bit of shit and he wasn't enjoying it, right? And then he's being a bit of a mouthy cunt. And then there was this bit where the ball sort of broke and it was coming towards me. I'm definitely getting there first. And we're playing the D as well, you know, so like once it comes into the D, like you're not allowed in. So
Yeah, get out of my
right?
D.
And so I slide out for it to catch it. He slides in and just absolutely fucking murders my left leg, like my left knee, just straight in with the studs. And I'm like, "Ugh," right?
Yeah.
Oh, mate, I actually wanted this cunt dead because it was like slide tackles. Like no one had done even
What sort of surface are you on here?
3G grass. Like no one had done like any sliding. Like
Yeah.
I would have dived for shots.
No sliders.
Yeah. So like, oh, did you ever get a wee ice cream slider with a? You just put me in the mood. Wafer.
Yeah, nightmare.
Sometimes all it takes is a word.
Culinary
Wafer.
nightmare.
You don't like them? Wafer, ice cream, wafer.
Yeah.
You don't like that?
Disaster.
Why?
Slidey.
That's what.
It's in the name, like, but it's too
Because it moves. The key is to have that ice cream frozen as fuck.
brick hard.
Yeah, and then you just cut it with a knife.
Yeah.
I like the drama of the block of ice cream. No, anyway, right. So,
Back to the day.
I know, right? So he slid in. He absolutely murders my leg, right? And I'm like, I mean, it was probably sore straight on top of my knee, like. And I get up and fuck the ball at him, and you know,
manners.
like I was in Karate Kid or something.
Yeah.
Like, there ain't no space on this team for that kind of crap, right?
Yeah.
And like my fucking knee is like murdered, and he sort of gets up, and he laughs and he sort of says something, and I shoved him 2 hands and he went flying. And then the next thing it all becomes this like, oh fuck's sake, and some guy goes to me, "You'll not be back," and I'm like, he's just fucking GBH'd me, you cunt, right?
You'll not
And
be
then
back.
so I ended up standing up top for our team, right? This is 100% true. I end up standing up front for our team, and I can hardly stand, right? At the best of times, but like I could hardly stand there. And towards the end of the game, I think we were still maybe like 3-4 goals up or something. And some cunt, an alarm goes off on someone's watch, and somebody goes, "Goal the winner," right? And I'm like, really? Like now that we're down a player, like, because I'm standing up here, somebody shouts "goal the winner," I'm like, wankers. And it doesn't really matter because who gives a fuck because it's 6-a-side, but it also does really matter because your pride. And mate, the manager of this bar, who could hardly kick a ball, has the ball for our team and tries to shoot and just scuffs one and it falls. If I could walk, this would be like
This is like Karate Kid.
this
Are
would
you
be
waiting?
like, mate,
Crane?
I'm waiting on the ref just to set me free, right? And he scuffs it across the net. Their goalie dives out for it, totally misses it. I stop the ball with my right foot, which is my leg is fine. And then, but as I do that, I know, right? Because you know that you're toxic. You'll not be back. And I stop with my right foot, and then I go to kick it with my right foot, and my left leg just goes, nah, that's it. And I sort of go down. My leg just gives out on me, and I'm down, and this keeper's coming towards me, and I just like, nah, right? And I just basically hit it with like, you know, like if the ball's like that, I sort of like hit it like this with like the bit between, what do you call it, your shin. I go in the bit between my knee and my foot, right? And it went in, right? And mate, I was like, I loved it because someone had shouted goal the winner, and I was like, I fucking want to make. No one in my team even celebrated. Like, no one cared. They were all just like, right, we win. Fucking get your stuff and go home. And I'm like, are you serious? That your goalie had his fucking leg amputated and scored the winner, and I was never back. They never had me back. Yeah. And so it was like, imagine at the end of the Karate Kid,
guys mopping around your feet.
Imagine at the end
11 o'clock at night. You're not going home, big one.
Imagine I'm just sitting there with a slider. Imagine at the end of the Karate Kid, Danny LaRusso does the crane, kicks Johnny in the face, and everybody goes, oh fuck, we wanted Johnny to win. Desperate. One of the worst times of my life.
And the fact
you
that
know who you are.
You know who you are. Me.
What?
The fact that I haven't made that in the film amazes me.
It should have been Big Fat Goalie. That's what I would call it. Yeah, the BFG. That fucking disgusted me.
Youth football was some of the scariest moments of my life. Maybe.
What was?
Youth football.
Yeah.
But they'd just be on a bus to some dive, and then they're like, "Oh, he's a rough bunch, these kids and all." And they're just bouting the life out of each other.
There was no team that wasn't a rough bunch in the league we were in. The Down and Connor League was just.
I was in that too.
Yeah.
Boys taking their boots off, hitting teammates.
Yep.
Classic
just,
business.
That was a rough league, and then there was the
scrap at the chip van at Mollusk.
A mate of mine played for a team. I think they were South Belfast League, weren't they? Doyle, I think.
South Belfast.
I think they were from Short Strand or somewhere, and he used to score like fuck for them. But he said basically every game, and that was just he would just be scoring goals, and people would just be taking lumps out of his legs. Like, do you know what I mean? It's fucking grim. Like, yeah. I don't really miss that.
I wasn't really a violent footballer, and then I started playing rugby, and I was like, it's like legal here.
Yeah, you can
real
probably
filthy
just
bastard.
Yeah. Do you know what used to annoy me playing rugby? When people they don't really do it as much anymore, but when they would use their feet to sort of
rake you out of
like a ruck or whatever.
That's illegal now.
I used to be pretty grim, like.
But I remember there's a guy who's playing with scrum half, got banned for like a season for doing that to just a head that was in the way. Someone's face was there, and he's just like, move.
Oh my god.
Guy had fucking a big sandy
there was a very silly time where for about 20 minutes of a game, our scrum half was hurt and went off, and I was scrum half for the rest of the game.
It's hilarious.
Foolish.
Do
you know what I hated? Running
all
the time.
Running almost constantly.
Like, oh my god, I remember it being like, Portland, scrum off, and me just being like,
what
a fucking awful shout from you. Like,
get them wee hands under there.
It was so shit. I also remember being in primary school. For a primary school match one day at Wallace Park, in primary school I used to play like up front, and I remember one day our coach going to me, he always used to start off with a goalie, be like, we've got Millie in goal, and then we're gonna have so and so here and so there. And I think there was a wee kid called Adrian or something used to play right back, and he was like, Adrian's not here, Kieran, you're in at right back, and I'm like, what?
You what, governor?
I was like, what the fuck? What have you had today? You mad cunt? Because I can't run. B, I've never defended in my life. C, I can't run.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, just fucking, you put me in like in the engine room here, like, you know what I mean? It's fucking woeful. And my mum talks about, she was watching from the sideline and talks about like the coach being like, Kieran, run, and I'm just like, just fucking hitting it, like, you know what I mean? Being like, no, I stand up there, you give me the ball, I score. That's how it works. You fucking root. Fucking brutal.
I was like right-footed, and then racked my ankle one summer, and then just played with my left the whole summer, and then it was basically just like Could
Just
use
gigs.
could use either side.
Yeah. Do you know?
I used to, and then they put me like left wing, and I would just charge down, and then I would just cut back, launch with the right, or just ping it in with the left.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was this exact size and weight at like 14. The young John Hartson.
There was a.
I told Shane that he never laughed as hard as I.
About John Hartson.
No, I was at like some football tournament at the Valley Leisure Centre, and they were like, "There's a scout here from somewhere," and the guy came up and he was like, "Yeah, you remind me of a young," and you know you're waiting for like Eric Cantona or something.
Young Ronaldo. Like,
he's like John Hartson. I was like, "All right, see you later. Go play rugby then." Hello.
That's fucking great though. That's such a great.
But I scored 28 goals in about 7 matches. Like,
yeah,
so,
that is great.
I took the goal anyway.
There was one match I remember playing. Again, this was primary, but it was just a fucking funny wee event where this was Gaelic, and we had a good player in our team. Like, he was a good footballer, like really good, and he went to secondary school with me, and he was fucking really good there as well. Like, he was like one of them kids that was like scouted in the United Academy and all that. Like, he was fucking genuinely great player. Like, but he I remember sometimes when we were playing Gaelic, he would sort of do things that were more like football. Like, he'd just dribble it on the ground and fucking hoof it, like, you know. And the fucking coach just stand there sort of going, I should be telling him to fucking lift that, but sure, we're winning, you know. And I remember like the game had only been on for about a minute, and I was playing like right forward or whatever, and he struck us. He just struck it like off the ground and hit the bar. Their keeper dived for it and missed it, and I caught it literally just like right by the net and just sort of went scored.
Yeah.
And I was like, I've scored in the first minute of this game. I'm a fucking hero. And everybody ran to the other kid, and I remember just being like,
yeah,
fuck all this.
Yeah.
He hit the. Like, I know what he did was class because he skinned about 4 of them and fucking hit the bar. But I was like, but he hit the fucking bar.
Yeah.
I'm 37, not over it. Like, just, Paul, you know who you are, all right? You know who you are. What are you doing?
I'm going to have to take my son to some guy.
Yeah?
You know, he's 4 years old, but his main talent is kicking anything out of his hands.
Right, okay.
Ball.
Guy.
We had a set of rubber bricks at the house. Pick one up, hoofed it.
Is that Armagh or Tyrone? Were you Tyrone?
Well, that's the interesting thing because the All Ireland was this week, and we live right near the Moy, which is like borderline.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna get like Armagh fans and Tyrone fans in there. So I dare say the pub was great crack.
Oh my!
You know, killing each other, but probably Tyrone where we're from.
Right. Interesting.
You know, if we're moving straight through his career.
I know we're just here. Like, we're at the county.
I'm
the
taking him yet,
county
like,
seniors, like yeah.
But that is one talent. He will just.
I don't know if I should
take anything and just put it out of his hands.
I believe that I would be pushy da. You know? Just like.
Well, I'll be pushing. I'll be like, what makes the most money? I'll be like, grab these golf clubs here.
Yeah. Try everything between 4 and 8.
Get in this go-kart and
save anything. See what comes natural.
Yeah.
Hope it's not, you know, stand-up or theatre, you know.
Yeah.
Hope that it's football or something, you know what I mean?
I tell you, I was talking to someone
less
earlier.
Chance of injury in golf.
It was like there's no bigger joy in life when you play a song for a child and then they request it. And it's like not one of their shitty songs.
Yeah.
You know, it's one of your ones.
What's a favourite?
Well, so one day I come in the house. I've been away for about 3 days. Maureen and Ed are in the garden, and we have vast road frontage, and they were playing over here, and I just feeling a bit mad, and I just sharp right over the grass, and I was blasting System of a Down, and
great band.
Yeah. So then he's like, "Daddy, what's that song?" And then I'm like, "I know exactly what it is." So now I get to listen to good music in the car.
Chop Suey?
Toxicity.
Oh, man, I love that.
Yeah.
I love the wee. So I made a joke about that song the other day. It was a shite joke, to be fair, but I'll make it again. I was covered in. I was eating. I'll finish that. I was eating a bap that had like a load of like flaxseed and fucking wee bits of shit all over it.
Multi-seed.
A multi-seed bap, and it was all over me. It was all over my. I had 2 wee multi-seed baps, right? And I'm sitting there, and I goes to Chloe, "Eating seeds is a pastime activity," and she just went,
"Shut up."
She just went, "The fuck's wrong with you?" And I was like, "System of a Down." She's like, "I don't know that one." I'm like, "Cracker." Be born later. Like, it's fucking the worst crack.
Anyone?
Yeah, I know.
This moment down. Fuck a lot of you.
It's great to be here. Great to be here. Oh, mate, fucking devastating. What a great band. That was a cracking album. Like, I love that.
Oh, it's great.
Remember the one that said "Steal This Album" on it, and I think that's what it was called, and people did.
Yeah.
Did you know as well that in America, this is a good trivia fact, a trivium. This is what do you call it? You know Chuck Palahniuk, the guy that wrote Fight Club.
Oh yeah.
Fight Club became this book that like loads of groups in America hated, and they would go and steal them and then like jam them into like toilets or drains of the building that they stole it from, and so they had to like start selling his books from behind the counter like they were fucking drugs. It's not a good fact. I like that. Don't know where I got from toxicity 2 seconds ago into like literary theft, but
that sounds like a good, you know, one of those like reverse marketing campaigns.
Yeah, like
you know, like where he did it himself.
This book's dangerous.
Yeah,
it's
dangerous as fuck.
Yeah, I also heard a story about somebody buying loads of their own book to make sure that it hit.
Yeah,
like some fucking list, you know, like a bestseller list, and then other people would know it was out and buy it.
That is an art move, like.
What you would do it?
Like some lunatic at an auction just pays well over the odds for a painting, and people go, Jesus, I must get this. Must get this Bartlett charcoal.
Did we talk about that fucking auction? Did I talk about this? About the Stegosaurus? Have I talked about this? I can't remember. I know. Guys.
Did I mention the auction?
This is 2 podcasts in a row where Stegosaurus has come up, though, but anyway. They did an auction of a Stegosaurus.
Bones or something?
Yeah.
Like a real one?
Yeah, Sotheby's did it, mate. The auction's viral. You can watch it now. It goes on forever, so skip to the fucking last 2 minutes. It was like a 20-minute auction. It starts at 3 million. I don't want to spoil it. It goes quite high. It's crazy.
Trill?
No, 40 million, right? Spoiled, right? But here, worth watching. And it's mad because Sotheby's aren't doing anything. So all in, it's like 44 million because they have to pay like a commission and then like a transport thing and some legal stuff. But some cunt has bought this, like, I mean, it is like it's the fullest, I think, like Stegosaurus that they have. Like, it's fucking, you can still smell its breath. Like, it's
Where
legit.
the fuck do you put that?
That's what I was wondering.
The garden?
The garage.
Yeah.
I mean, if it was in my house, that's the garage.
You'd be, you know,
there's nowhere else
like,
for it.
move this fucking...
I know. How do you get the lawnmower out around it then? Do
I
you
just
know
have
what I mean?
coats hanging on it. And
yeah, just
Dana
like,
White did that. He had a saber-toothed tiger skull. And the guy was like, what'd you pay for that? And he's like, I wouldn't want to say. And all he does is talk about money all day. So
yeah.
It must have been obscene.
Yeah.
But that's the sort of shit you would be buying.
What do you call him? I think had stuff like that, Russell Crowe. And then whenever he was, Russell, if you're watching, I love you. Come on the podcast. Open invitation for the Gladiator. Yeah, he's meant to have had stuff like that. And then I think when he was having his divorce, he had to sell a lot of it.
Gotta get rid of this fucking...
I know, imagine...
This fucking saber-toothed doghead.
Yeah, fucking husband to a murdered wife.
Husband of a divorced man.
Father to a murdered son. Former owner of a fucking dried up fossil.
And I will have my commission in this life or the next.
Yeah, for this wife or the next.
This wife or the next.
Oh, his wife. Like,
fuck, I missed it.
Imagine that fucking prenups, like, you need them if you're super rich, don't you?
Yeah. You do, probably. It's an awkward conversation though, isn't it?
I often
Listen, we're both famous. This is fucking probably gonna...
Let's be serious.
Shit's gonna hit the windmill in about 4 years, so...
Let's be serious. I don't trust you enough to say, let's just be sound to each other, so
Yeah.
write it down.
Yeah.
Write that down. See everything you've ever said to me? Paper.
It's the ongoing shit. You know, you'd be like, what do you want now to fuck off?
Oh, like the ongoing, like, I have to
Payments,
pay you this
yeah.
every month. I think that is a bit mad.
Yeah.
Is that everywhere, or is that just America?
It's probably just America. You know, how, like, what if you're like 15 years later and you're like, I don't even know what the fuck they're at?
Especially
They're
if
still
it's
getting cash every month.
it is mental to go. Do you know what it's based on? The lifestyle that you've formed.
Yeah.
That's what it's based on. Like they can't be expected to return to a previous lifestyle.
No wonder DiCaprio's not even taking the AirPods out. You don't even want to get into the conversation.
Yeah, he's not.
Do you think we can go for dinner after this? He's like, huh?
I'm trying to listen to fucking toxicity here,
Doesn't
bitch.
have Jordan Peterson and Joe Rogan here? Something about the Bible.
He's weird, isn't he?
He's gone fucking to the dogs, him.
Peterson?
Yeah.
He's away, like. Just heads away, just say.
Not only is it this, but it's actually... And it's all
he
very...
cries, it's all very highly emotional and
it's
depressing.
all linked into some, from the Bible. What that actually represents is this.
Yeah, yeah.
The struggle between good and evil and chaos. And
There's good in everybody.
Yeah.
There's good in everybody. It's very
which
like
means there's also bad in everybody.
it's very-
Everything's also.
my Peterson is like a heightened version of my Avery.
Yeah.
You know, my
Oh, I
Avery
know that,
is the maybe I'll never get out, and my
Yeah.
Peterson is there's good and bad in everybody. It's just like you're a good little lobster.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's very they're similar.
I might go for
impressions.
lunch, and what that really means is
Yeah.
the struggle that man has every
Is
day.
there anything more joyful than music?
Yeah.
Oh, calm down, John.
I can't even explain music.
Calm down, because if we put on a bit of Vivaldi here, your head's going to explode because
Yeah.
you're it's too intense.
I'm ejaculating a lot to the sounds. It's terrible. I wish I could do a Peterson on a Trump, but I can't.
I just enjoy. I'm ejaculating a
Yeah.
lot. Like, that's just what
The chaos of ejaculation.
If we named our episode and we don't, that would be the name of this one. Oh, so good. The chaos of ejaculation.
The constant battle between good and
He
evil.
constantly talks about the catastrophe of existence.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Have a fucking wank, Jordan. Will you calm down? Seriously, do you know what he needs to find pleasure in the simple things again. So he needs
anything.
Needs a wank. Needs probably needs to watch like a great sporting event.
But I think he's been spotted at a few like blues bars and stuff. Like I
Right.
think he is a music
Well, he
guy.
does love music, but
Yeah.
it's the way he talks. I love music. I rarely work myself into a stupor about it.
Yeah.
I rarely be sitting talking to Chloe going, "Have you heard Nickelback have a new tour? It's joyful." You know what I mean?
Redemption.
Oh, mate.
I did have a serious conversation with someone once where they were like, "Yeah, you gotta, the singles are maybe a bit cheesy, but you gotta listen to the album stuff." I was like,
Of Nickelback?
"No."
I've started loving them again, though. I've started loving them recently.
Yeah, I've been getting big. I probably told you this before, getting the midlife crisis of like Pearl Jam and all.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
This could be mine, because I'm Nickelback and creating it. Like, I'm creating it hard right now.
Creating your pants.
Oh my god, yeah, I am. I'm totally, mate. I'm up to my fucking. I'm in the creeds. Like, I
We
can't
were
swim.
obsessed with it on Bomb Squad for a while. The clip of the guy getting arrested.
Right.
He's like, "Have you ever heard Pearl Jam?" And he's getting cuffed. He's like, "Freeze!" And he's like, "You heard of it? Heard it live?" No. And he's bundled into the car. I want one of those moments where you're just like rock bottom getting arrested. Succulent Chinese meal.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like, you just
Oh,
get a
fucking so good.
belter quote.
Get your hands off my penis.
And Democracy manifest. But the Pearl Jam was fucking. It was actually quite accurate. You know, the impression.
Yeah.
You're Pearl Jam. Freedom. Unreal.
Oh, mate. Thank you. The chaos of ejaculation is the best thing ever. So
You're creating and destroying at the same time. Creation of life, destruction of underpants.
So you're over at Edinburgh, 7th
Aye.
to 11th. Great times. Thanks for joining us here. It's a lot of crack.
No worries,
And,
man. No
We'll
worries.
see you guys in the next one. Take it easy.
I'm gonna wring my pants out now.
Oh, no.